Please welcome the athletes to the field of play for the Recurve Men bronze medal match.
团体弓男子个人铜牌决赛，欢迎运动员入场。
Time now for the bronze medal match here in the Recurve men's individual at the second stage of the Hyundai Archery World Cup. Let's go down to the shooting line here in Shanghai.
On target number 1, representing the Netherlands.
1号靶来自荷兰
Steve Wijler.
2号靶来自中国
On target number 2, representing China.
李中原
The line judge for this matchup is
起射线裁判
Shannon Russell Kyan. So once again, a bronze medal in this match.
An interesting prospect coming up now for the men's bronze medal match in the Recurve men's individual competition. Steve Wijler from the Netherlands is 26-year-old, much more experienced, won the gold here in 2017, ranked number 13 in the world, up against a young and up-and-coming archer, the 20-year-old Li Zhongyuan from China, ranked 183 in the world coming into this competition. But you have to say the form shown by the pair of them in the semi-finals suggests that perhaps Steve Wijler has got the edge here and he is going to get this bronze medal match underway.
Yeah, if you look at the semi-finals, I feel like Steve kind of grew into it, and Li Zhongyuan had a bit of a struggle towards the end to keep the level going that he was showing it early in the match. So, judging by that, you would have to give this to Steve. But I'm very sure that Li is going to have something to say about that.
Well, he needs to start saying it now because Wijler's put down 2 10s here and can put this first set to bed with a third.
9.
9
10 to level the scores.
10.
And great 10 that was too for a 29, and the points in the first set shared between the athlete from China and the athlete from the Netherlands.
Yeah, they have a bit of a different style of shooting. If you look at Steve, it's kind of like a very stretched out, long draw length kind of technique. He's kind of leaning into the shot. Whereas Li is standing more straight, is real like a capital T almost. Like his body's straight up, his arms are straight out, and that's just simple. It's simpler than what Steve is doing. But Steve has catered a technique that specifically meets his needs and his body, which is another way to go about it.
So nothing between Wijler and Li through the first set. So it will be the Dutchman to shoot first again in the second.
10.
Another one of those shots where the side pin wasn't completely in the middle, or at least he didn't expect that arrow to land in the middle unless he put some spin on it. He threw his bow arm a bit. And typically speaking, that's a sign that Steve is feeling comfortable with his shot and knows what he's doing.
8.
That was super quick. We've seen some quick shots from him, but I think this was just unexpectedly quick also for himself.
10-10-10, perfect score.
30环满环
Well, the stadium announcer says it all there. That has put this set out of reach for Li.
10.
10
We're seeing the same thing that we saw in the previous match by Li, where he doesn't shoot so many 9s, but he is either shooting a really good shot or it's far out the middle.
Wijler, a former winner here in Shanghai back in 2017, walking away with a gold medal back then. Obviously entertaining.
Look, clearly he's made it through to the medal matches here, so it's done all right for him so far, but you feel that he's going to have to improve some of those 8s into 9s if he's going to be contending on a regular basis.
Yeah, it might also just be the huge pressure landing on his shoulders from the home crowd and trying to perform in front of his home crowd. But for sure he needs to up his consistency if he wants to be consistent on the circuit. But yeah, it's easy to say from here. It's way more difficult if you're there on the line shooting your rope.
Well, I was going to say it could be also that he's getting a bit of bad luck with the wind, but actually when you look down the range now, it's possibly the stillest it's been here on the Li Zhongyuan riverside, right in the heart of Shanghai. Spectacular location, easy for the spectators to get to, challenging for the archers. Wijler leading this bronze medal match by 3 set points to 1, so Li to shoot first in the third.
10.
Well, the 10s that he does shoot, they look really good. He has some really good shots in between, but it's just not super consistent, and Steve is super consistent right now.
Nine.
9。
9.
Yeah, it took him a bit longer to get through the clicker there. I feel like he may have anchored a bit sooner than with the other shot, so he had more left on this point. And yeah, he knew that was going to go to the right. He was hoping that he still pulled it into the 10, but he barely missed the 10 ring.
Needs a 10 to maintain the lead.
Oh, 10.
Gets just that for a 29 and a share of the set points in the fourth. And that means the score moves on to 4-2 to Steve Wijler. He can do this in 4 sets now.
Yeah, he could. If he wins this next one, he is the bronze medal winner. But I think we're being a little hard on the Chinese shooter, if I'm honest, because he shot at 29, at 28, and now at 29 again, and we're complaining about his consistency. And I think one of the reasons that we're so harsh is that we're looking at Steve's group and thinking, see, that's also how you can shoot. So it's like, you need to put it in perspective sometimes, I think. So just a bit of self-reflection for me as well.
No, it's interesting, isn't it, that when someone shoots so well and puts something out of reach, that you tend to automatically lean towards them. But of course, Li's got just as much chance of winning this 4th set and tying things up and taking us into a 5th.
Exactly.
And your favourite thing? Would it be your favourite thing with the Dutch archer in the competition, a shoot-off?
It's a bit of a dilemma, but I do love a shoot-off.
Well, you're going to need Li to perform here for that to happen. Trails 4-2 in this bronze medal match.
9.
9。
9.
9。
Not a bad shot. If you would purely go by who's closest to center, that was a way better shot from Steve than it was from Li, but that's not the case right now. It's more about the points than who's closer to center.
Big arrow, this one for Li Zhongyuan. Ooh, there's a bit of a flinch there as well.
9。
Gets it into the 9 for a 28. So Wijler with his first opportunity to win here. Needs a 10 to take the bronze here in Shanghai.
10.
Oh, gets just that as well for a 29. You can see what it means to Steve Wijler. He lost out in a tough semi-final, but he's managed to pull himself back together for the bronze medal match, taking the podium place here in Shanghai with a 6-2 victory over a very impressive young Chinese archer, Li Zhongyuan. I'm sure we're going to see more of him, but what we're sure to see right here in Shanghai is Steve Wijler, who's collected the bronze here in China.